Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode. I just want to say I hope everybody had an incredible Christmas. I went to a couple Christmas parties, and I just got to say, a bunch of people reached out to me about these videos, how much they've been enjoying them. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna keep it up, and I think you guys are really getting a kick out of it. I'm having a blast. You're having a blast. Further down the rabbit hole we go. Today we're talking about a Star BM9 and a complete genuine pistola, a gem, a beauty of knockoffs from John Moses Browning Designs. This is a Star BM9. It's one of the very first handguns I ever purchased in order to start becoming a gunsmith. I bought this specifically because it was cheap, and that I could re-blue it and refinish it and make some alterations to the frame, because it was very inexpensive, and I could wrench and cut this thing up without worrying about destroying something sacred. We did a little hammer bob back here. This front sight was facing the other way. We knocked that out and turned it around, and the outside of it was pretty ugly. So for the most part, we did a new bluing job. Did a lot of an incredible amount of polishing. It takes bluing. Anytime you do a bluing job, it's quintessentially all prep. If you ever have to do a bluing job, give me a call. I'll walk you through it. We'll chat about it. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today, before we go any further, quick safety check. Let's check this thing out. Okay, no magazine in the gun. Nothing down there, right? We are free and clear. And what we have on the table is our safety, our training ammunition. All of this stuff is for training only, and it's completely inert, right? What I wanted to talk to you guys about today, we're starting to go down the rabbit hole. Don't worry, for the people who are worried about revolvers, don't worry, we're not done with revolvers. We're still going to keep talking about revolvers, but what I wanted to is go down the rabbit hole a little bit more as to exactly what's happening when one of these guns goes off and it's feeding itself into one chamber. It's feeding itself more ammunition, and it's pretty cool. The whole design is pretty neat the way it happens. Okay, so we've got a magazine here. This gets anyone who's watched a lot of bad television is going to know roughly how this works. But so we're gonna load up this magazine with our inert training ammunition. Now we got 5 rounds of this stuff. I could make some more. I have plenty more training 9mm, but it's okay. We only need 5 rounds. So we got 5 rounds of training ammunition in here. And now this Star BM, whoa, a little chunky here. Okay, the Star BM, we've got a barrel, and inside of this barrel there's going to be a chamber down there, and our magazine, right, and this slide. Now every time this gun is fired, right, we don't have a magazine in it right now, but every time this gun is fired, hammer is going to fall, drive that firing pin forward, ignite the primer, a bullet's going to leave, and then this whole thing is going to reciprocate again. It's going to reciprocate backwards, and then it's all going to, I'm trying to do this all under spring pressure so I can show you guys what is really happening. So it's all going to come back, and you can see that barrel comes right back up into and back aligned with the sights of the gun, right? So every single time the gun is fired, what we're going to see is that reciprocate. This whole slide has to move backwards. It peels the next round off of the top of the magazine, right? It peels the next cartridge off of the top of the magazine and pushes it into the chamber. And then once it's in the chamber, it's ready for the hammer to fall and ignite that charge and send it down the bore again, right? So let's load it up. So here we go. I'm trying to hold it. I'm trying to get this right so you can see it and I can hold it. We can do the whole thing without getting crazy. Here it goes. So it comes back. Right? That cartridge is up at the top. the back of the slide is going to pick it up, and we're going to go up into it's just that easy, and we're going to go up into the chamber. Now safety is down. Now this is ready. All we have to do is pull the trigger. When we pull the trigger, the hammer's going to fall, hit the primer, hit the firing pin, hit the primer, and then the bullet's going to leave. When the gas pressure, bullet leaves, when the gas pressure starts to come down, long after that bullet is gone, that bullet is left. Long after that bullet is gone, this is going to reciprocate again. It's going to kick out that old cartridge, and then we're going to load in a new cartridge. That is how this thing runs every single time. And when it's out of ammo, that slide's going to lock back. On this particular gun, we're not learning about every single semi-auto handgun in the world here. We're learning about this one or Browning designs. We'll get a little bit further down that rabbit hole. What does Browning design mean? What does any of that stuff mean? There's a lot. It sounds like there's a lot going on. It's because there's a few hundred years of history involved in a firearm that looks like this. So again, right, the trigger is pressed, and that is going to load in a new cartridge, and it just did, right? So on this side, this firearm design is made for condition 1 carry. Again, we're going to go further down this rabbit hole, but what this means is that this is designed to ride in a holster, hammer back, 1 round in the chamber, safety on. That means that when this gun is used, it needs to get drawn from its holster, and the user will have to swipe that safety on that draw before a shot can be made. If that safety is on, this is never going to fire. It's never going to fire. It's a complete disconnect between the fire control group and the trigger itself. So once that safety is pushed down, right, this thing can go off, that hammer can fall, and then it's going to eject that cartridge. It's going to pick up the next one and put it in the chamber, right? And then when it's out, that magazine is the spring for that magazine, this follower is going to push up on a connector, and it's going to put that slide stop back at the top. That allows you to insert a new magazine full of new ammunition, drop the slide, and now you're full again, and away you go, right? So that's kind of a quick overview as to exactly what is going on inside. This is a single action semi-automatic handgun, auto-loading gun. That's what I call them. And that's what's going on in this thing. I just wanted to go over it because we're going to start to kind of, like I said, we're not doing revolvers. We're just kind of, there's no serious, this is just a conversation. So we're having a conversation about guns. I thought that this was really cool. I thought that this might explain some things when you're watching TV, or when you're looking at or when you're thinking about how maybe something you are thinking about how handguns operate. This is going to give you a little bit more insight as to exactly what's going on. If you liked the video, catch you guys in the next one. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See you soon.